We are so close to the Royal Rumble that we can almost reach out and touch it. But what should we expect from the 2020 edition of the Rumble match, given its recent, let's just say, divisive history? Are we going to get more unforgettable moments like John Cena returning in Madison Square Garden, Maven drop-kicking The Undertaker out of the ring, or Rey Mysterio lasting over 62 minutes to head to WrestleMania? Or are we going to get more of like Dolph Ziggler coming out to absolute sodding crickets, Daniel Bryan being dumped out by Bray Wyatt in 2015, or the year before, us booing Rey Mysterio out of the sodding building? What I'm trying to say here is it's maybe time to manage some expectations ahead of the pay-per-view on Sunday. That's right, shit is about to get real. I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture, and these are 10 expectations versus 10 realities of the 2020 Royal Rumble. Number 10. Does WWE answer fierce criticism? WWE gets rid of that stupid, bloody red light. Because, ideally as a wrestling fan, when watching a wrestling match, you want to be able to see it. Now, granted, the Fiend's matches aren't just solely fixed by getting rid of the red light because of his stupid multiple finisher kick-out gimmick. Or what's that? 7 curb stomps won't put down the Fiend, but 8 somehow will? How does that even work, Bray Wyatt? Look, getting rid of the red light will not fix the Fiend's matches, but it will make it a sort of good news, bad news scenario. What's the bad news? It's still Bray Wyatt. I mean, I'm a fan of the Fiend gimmick, but I can understand people's complaints. But the good news is, watching his matches, if they get rid of the red light, will no longer induce a migraine. Rough with the smooth and all that. Oh, I get it. It looks like hell because he's from hell. F my life. Number 9. Who gives Brock Lesnar a fright? There's a real opportunity here, using this weird promotional tactic they've decided to employ of having the WWE Champion whose title isn't on the line entrant number 1 in the Royal Rumble match. But there's an opportunity here to get a guy over without having them eliminate Brock Lesnar. We can all kind of guess how the first bit of this match is going to go. Probably for the first third, Brock Lesnar is just going to toy with his prey and destroy all of your favorites, German suplexing literally everyone he touches. The people that R² Circle have said, maybe there's a chance in the Rumble. Your Ricochets, your Cesaros, nah, they're getting lobbed over the top rope. But what if after a few of those, we see Shorty G come out? The sight of him would probably pop Brock Lesnar more than R-Truth did on Monday Night Raw recently. But Shorty G is a phenomenally talented wrestler. And what if, with the use of his chop blocks and his ankle locks, he can weaken the base of Brock Lesnar enough, so much so that he can hit the bloke who's been suplexing everyone with his own Chaos Theory German. Imagine the sight of that. You almost got Toadstool killing off Bowser. Now, we can all see where this is probably going to be heading. It's Daniel Bryan versus Santino Marella. But just that moment would really elevate someone like Shorty G. And granted, he's probably going to get eliminated like Taka Michinoku was back in the day. But it'd be a real highlight reel moment for Shorty G. Or maybe a low light reel moment. Because he's so small. It's Cain Velasquez. Number 8. Who eliminates Brock Lesnar? So picture this scene. Brock Lesnar has violently repelled the first wave of attacks in clinical, almost blackly hilarious fashion. You've had Drake Maverick come out and, piss himself again. Brock Lesnar has bloody struggled because he's a big lad, but he's managed to get rid of Otis. Maybe Ricochet got suplexed into the 4th row whilst Jerry Lawler shouts, "I always knew superheroes could fly," but then Aleister Black comes out. He's finally found someone who, in his own words, wants to pick a fighter with Aleister Black. And he walks down to the ring, gets in there with Brock Lesnar, and stoically sits in his badass cross-legged pose. He doesn't fear Brock Lesnar, but he should. Brock Lesnar grabs him by his throat and gets ready to F5 him out of the bloody arena. But before he can do that, Aleister Black slips out and nails him with the Black Mass. A WrestleMania main event and a future main event star in one moment is made as the Beast is slain. Not hear me the first time? It's fucking Cain Velasquez, mate. Or, alternatively, number 7. Who else might eliminate Brock Lesnar? Alright, it isn't Aleister Black. He's clearly well liked by WWE. I mean, he's had a push that's lasted over 3 weeks, for goodness sake. But he isn't quite over, and he was hiding in a cupboard a few months ago. So who instead of Aleister Black? Call me biased, but Drew McIntyre. Look, I love Drew McIntyre, and his recent gimmick has just got everyone on side. Everyone at WhatCulture, everyone in the comment section, all of the WWE universe seems to suddenly think, hey, this Scottish guy's pretty damn good. His 3, 2, 1 countdown is so over, and his weird sort of laid-back promos will have definitely set off Vince McMahon's such good sensors. He comes down, he claymores the head off Brock Lesnar, and he punches his ticket to a WWE Championship match for the chosen one, 10 years ago? Finally in the main event of WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36. And guess what? He's gonna brutalize him! No, it's gotta be Kane! Knobhead. Number 6. Who will be entrant number 30? Us fans have projected a sense of grand importance to the number 30 spot in the Royal Rumble match that's not always informed by history. Yes, we've seen the likes of Randy Savage and The Undertaker come out last, but for both of them, you also have Tugboat, Warlord, and Nia Jax, don't forget. And there's always the chance that they just send out Kane or the Big Show at the end because they're just big bastards and they can go, oh, bloody hell, how are you going to get them over the top rope? I don't know, maybe the same way that they do every other year. But putting all that to one side, in 2020, there is one name that so many people are speculating could be coming out at number 30. And it's a man who, I know, comment section, doesn't work for WWE, he works for Fox. But what if all of that is a work? When have I been wrong in the past? CM Punk is coming out at number 30. We are getting the Best versus the Beast 2 at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. And guess what, Phil? You're in the main event. Look in my eyes! What do you see? The bloke who said it should have been me. It's Dolph Ziggler again. Crickets. Bloody crickets. Number 5. Who gets over as the Iron Man? The old classic intelligent Iron Man trope was designed to get the runner-up over in defeat. We've seen this throughout the years. People who can hang, stay in the match, showcase their abilities across a long period of time in the Royal Rumble, even if they don't win, get over in defeat. Bob Backlund in 1993, Chris Jericho in 2003. Finn Balor lasted nearly an hour in 2018. And what was his reward? Well, not getting the IC title at Mania and then entering into a never-ending feud with Baron Corbin. But let's move past that. Let's think about last year's Women's Royal Rumble match. 3 women in there, lasted over 50 minutes and got hugely over as a result. And they were, of course, Natalya, Charlotte Flair, and Ember Moon. No one gets over as the Iron Man anymore. Granted, someone like Ricochet might go 50-odd minutes and Vic Joseph will bang on about it on the Raw afterwards, but I guarantee the person who lasts longest in this match you will have forgotten about by the start of February. Who was the Iron Man of last year's Rumble? You haven't got a bloody clue, have you? Number 4. Who will be a surprise entrant in the Women's Royal Rumble? The uninformed wrestling rumour mill is fairly easy to navigate, hence why so many chances manage to gain traction. But rumours of Paige's in-ring return have intensified off the back of the fact that rumours of Edge's in-ring return have gone into overdrive. You see, because All necks and neck injuries are basically the same. They used to have a hurty neck, their neck doesn't hurt so much anymore, so Paige is going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble. See you on Sunday, love. Paige is retired from in-ring competition. Not all necks are created equal. Just look at Kota Ibushi. Instead, you know what's going to happen? WWE likes to do a few comedy spots in the Rumble, don't they? Do you remember? Do you remember last year when they had Hornswoggle in there? Oh, that was silly, wasn't it? Anyway, here's Santina Marella. Number 3. Who will be a surprise entrant in the Men's Royal Rumble? It's Edge. Of course it's Edge. Edge has denied a return to in-ring action in a sort of piss off for spoiling that surprise kind of way. Look, Edge has been cleared to return to in-ring action. We saw that at SummerSlam when he speared Elias out of his sodding boots. Now, granted, fans are sort of tempered in their expectations here because we don't want Edge to return if it will risk his career or, more importantly, his life. But if anyone like me has been following Edge on social media, I do because, you know, he's my best friend. We all have seen the fact that he is jacked. He is in phenomenal shape. So if he can compete, chances are they will have him involved in the Royal Rumble match. Try not to think about the fact that if he's in the Rumble, he kind of has to win it, really, because otherwise the fans will turn on the Rumble like they have in previous years. Or the fact that if he does win the Rumble, that either means he faces the Fiend, or Brock Lesnar. Oh, God. But even so, you think you know me. It's not Edge, because, you know, he might die if he steps between the ropes again. Look, the surprise entrant is usually some sort of novelty act we haven't seen in years. So, I don't know, EC3? Sorry, mate, you deserve so much better. Number 2, who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble match? I mean, if it's not Baszler, we riot, right? Shayna Baszler has been phased out of NXT at the perfect possible time. She dropped the title to Rhea Ripley after being one of the most dominant champions in history at the end of last year. And though she appeared in that number 1 Contenders Battle Royal recently, she didn't win it. I'm recording this before NXT this week, so I'm guessing she murdered Shotzi Blackheart. But anyway, if Shayna Baszler can come out towards the end and win the Women's Royal Rumble, what a match you have set up for WrestleMania 36. You can atone for the god-awful push you gave to Asuka. You don't bring in Shayna Baszler and bring her into some mid-card feud. She goes right in at the very top. She can take the Raw Women's Championship off Becky Lynch ahead of her becoming a champion for an entire year. She can atone for the fact that Becky Lynch took that title off her friend Ronda Rousey. Shayna Baszler is absolutely terrifying. She's the only person, aside from Ronda Rousey, who you can set up as a legitimate threat to the man and her championship reign. Ronda Rousey wins, which actually isn't all that bad. I mean, it could be so much worse. It could be Nia Jax. No. Number 1, who's going to win the Men's Royal Rumble match? Yeah, looking at the current betting odds for this makes it kind of an open and shut case. We all anticipate Roman Reigns is heading to WrestleMania to face the Fiend for the Universal Championship. If you look at the way things are laid out on SmackDown right now, it makes sense. Roman Reigns is the top babyface, just underneath him is Daniel Bryan, and the top heels, you have the Fiend and Baron Corbin. They're facing the wrong people, but you sense that will probably be corrected by the time WrestleMania rolls around. But the thing is, you don't need to give Roman Reigns a Royal Rumble win, as much as he arguably deserves it, to set up that match for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. You can set it up at Elimination Chamber or, I don't know, some sort of Saudi equivalent, the greatest ever Fastlane. You can set it up weekly on SmackDown, kind of like they did with Kofi Kingston, off the back of a phenomenal performance at either the Rumble or the Chamber. You don't have to give this to Roman Reigns to set up what could potentially be a WrestleMania main event between him and The Fiend. Instead, why not have one of the stars of NXT win and challenge the NXT champion to really establish the fact that NXT is no longer, the place that you wait to be called up to the main roster. It's the big leagues. And someone like Keith Lee winning the Royal Rumble and challenging, Adam Cole? Sign me up for a bit of that. da 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 da. See you next year, lads. Why do I bother? And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Plus, you can check out some more recent videos here. And make sure you join us on Sunday for our Royal Rumble live stream. Thanks for watching. I've been Adam from WhatCulture, and I'll see you soon. Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture, here to let you know we want your live event videos, whether that be something that happened after the cameras stopped rolling, or your reaction to something amazing that went down at the show you were at. Stuff like this.
One of the other sweetest things I've ever seen was just recently when we saw Roman Reigns kick the shit out of cancer and come back on Monday Night Raw.
So make sure you send them to us in all the usual ways. You can tweet them at us, you can send them to us on Facebook, you can email them to us. Hell, if it's your sort of thing, you can stick them on a memory stick and post them to WhatCulture. But the one thing you need to remember is good, bad. Thanks for watching. Bye.